What is up? We are back on Reggie's World Sports. I'm Reggie. And before we get started, I just want to tell you guys to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share this episode with your friends and family and continue to do all that good stuff and support my channel. We are going to talk about something that's interesting and something that's been noticeable to me. And for those that have been paying attention to what's been happening during this NFL season, you're going to notice, and I'm sure a lot of you have been noticing, kind of like the decline of quarterback play that's been showcased this season. When you're talking about the lack of passing yards and just in general, maybe it's just me, but it just feels like the quarterback play this season, at least the start of this season, has been really bad. It's been really not great. A lot of guys are struggling. Veteran guys, heck, even young, especially even the young guys. This hyped up quarterback class that was bandied about throughout the offseason. You look at a guy like Caleb Williams, he is struggling. You look at Jaden Daniels, last time I checked, he doesn't even have a touchdown passes this season. And Bo Nix isn't lighting anyone up. And even the guy, the last year's class, the guy, I can't remember his name, the Richardson kid that plays for the Colts. I'm losing my train of thought on who he is and all that. But anyway, he's struggling for the Colts. And when you just look at the quarterback play, and that's just the young guys that I'm talking about, but if you just look at the quarterback play this season, the quarterback play, it hasn't been the same compared to from when I was watching, football or not necessarily when I was watching football, but back from 2006, where it was you had Tom Brady, we had Peyton Manning, we had Drew Brees, we've had Ben Roethlisberger, Michael Vick, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. Some other guys just Cam Newton, even. Cam Newton. Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Just the quarterback play, from really over the past 15 plus years, from 2005 6 to 2021, it just felt like I felt like we had a 15 plus year span of we had great quarterback play. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes came in and he's doing this thing, obviously. And there's still some good quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, at least when he's been healthy. He's had injury problems himself. And so I say that to say that the quarterback play it's been subpar so far. Not many great quarterbacks right now. Guys that are not many guys putting up passing numbers, not many big explosive plays. It's been a little bit of a struggle, to say the least, when it comes to the quarterback position. Which brings me to a bigger point that I want to bring up, that I really, really, really want to bring up. And that's the Atlanta Falcons' decision to draft Michael Penix and sit him. And I got a confession to make. I think what the Falcons are doing with Michael Penix Jr. is brilliant. I think it's the right decision for the Falcons to not just draft him, but to sit him. And I know there's been fans, kind of been complaining about, whenever Kirk Cousins has not been, he's had his struggles throughout the early portion of the year, even though I feel like he's gotten better over the course of the last couple of weeks. But every time like he makes a bad throw, there's always this outcry, not from every Falcon fan, but it's a small percentage of fans that are like, we want to throw Michael Penix out there, get him out there, throw him out there, throw him out there. And personally, for me, I don't want to see Michael Penix this year. I don't. And it's not because I don't think he's good, because I do think he has a bright future. And you just look at the physical tools that he has. He has a big arm. He can move, definitely move compared to where Kirk Cousins is moving in the pocket. You know, he can make plays. And obviously what he did at the University of Washington for the last 2 years was special. Special stuff. But I think the Falcons are handling Michael Penix Jr. right. I think they're doing the right thing by sitting him, letting him learn, letting him watch Kirk Cousins make decisions, operate the offense, know where to go with the football, make good decisions. Michael Penix Jr. has the he has the wherewithal to just sit and learn behind someone like Kirk Cousins. And I think it's a great thing. I really do. I think it's a great thing. You look at what Patrick Mahomes did. You know, he sat behind Alex Smith and he learned from him for a season. And then a year later, he took over the reins. He was the guy, and obviously we know what he's doing. And look, I'm not saying that Michael Penix is going to be Patrick Mahomes. Let's not get crazy, because Patrick Mahomes, like I said, a few episodes ago, I think he's the GOAT. I think he's awesome. I think he's the GOAT. Greatest quarterback of all time. And so I'm not saying he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. But I do think, when I look at Michael Penix, I do think there's a benefit long term for him sitting and watching Kirk Cousins and having an opportunity to learn under him for at least this season, and look, maybe even next season, because Kirk Cousins he's going to be here his contract is here for at least 2 years. And so, but I think it's a good situation for him. And as I've watched these quarterbacks, especially these young quarterbacks that are just struggling, like I think of a guy I think of Bryce Young. Like, he was benched. He was benched. And it's been a struggle for him. It's been rough for him. And look, I think there's honestly, I have my doubts and concerns about Bryce Young at the moment. But a part of me also wonders, how would he have been if he sat behind a veteran for a season? Maybe he would look better if he had the opportunity to just sit behind a veteran quarterback. I think of I think of the guy that was drafted by the Jets, a few years ago. Zach Wilson. That's his name. There you go. Zach Wilson. Like I think of a quarterback like him. I wonder, had he had gone to a situation where he was sitting behind a veteran for a season, maybe his career would be different. Maybe he would look more of like what he was thought of coming out of BYU. And so I look at those situations, and I look at where Michael Penix is, and I think he's I think the Falcons are absolutely doing the right thing. I think they're absolutely doing the right thing by sitting him and having an opportunity for him to learn. Look, there's been quarterbacks, that recently have come out the gate and just came out firing and looking great. Like Matt Ryan. Like I still remember to this day, Matt Ryan in 2008, he had a lot of questions coming out. We had the Mike Vick scandal, and from opening tap, his first throw of his career was a touchdown to Michael Jenkins, and his career just took off since then. Like, not every quarterback is like that. There's not a lot of rookies that come in and they look like Matt Ryan or Joe Flacco or C.J. Stroud from last year. You know, there are quarterbacks more often times than not. There are quarterbacks that come into the league and they struggle to find their footing, and sometimes it might derail their confidence a little bit. And so I look at like the Michael Penix situation, how the Falcons have handled him, and just look, I had my when the Falcons drafted him, I was scratching my head as far as like what are these guys are doing, you know. Why not address the defense? Use that pick to address the defense. You sign Kirk Cousins, but look, man, like based off of how the season is played out, and you looking at how these quarterbacks have just, especially some of these young quarterbacks that have struggled. Another guy, the guy in Tennessee, like he's struggling. He's been awful, and so to me, I compare those situations, and I look at where Michael Penix is in his situation with Kirk Cousins, and I mean, again, like I just gotta say, like I think sitting behind Kirk Cousins is I think it's the best for him right now, and I think long term, it would not surprise me at all if in a year or two, when he does get his opportunity, and he will get his opportunity, he's going to get his opportunity. And when he does get his opportunity, I'm willing to bet that this opportunity right now that he has, as far as him sitting behind Kirk Cousins and letting him learn and learning from him, and how Kirk Cousins can operate the offense and how he can make decisions and make reads on the football field, I think it would greatly benefit Michael Penix down the road in a year or two from now. And if Michael Penix comes out in a year or two when he gets his opportunity and he lights it up, I can't help but think that this moment that he has sitting and learning and observing what Kirk Cousins is doing could be a major factor in his career moving forward. And if Michael Penix, when he gets his opportunity and he starts lighting it up, it can only mean great things for the Falcons moving forward too. I mean, hey, who knows? We could be looking at maybe the best quarterback in the NFC, in 2 or 3 years, just because of, this opportunity that he has right now, sitting and learning behind a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Just saying, those are my thoughts. But what y'all think? Y'all agree? What y'all thought on? What are y'all thoughts on this topic? Y'all think Michael Penix should sit? I would love to hear. I'm just saying. And so, but again, that's all I got. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share this episode with your friends and family, and again, keep on supporting my channel. And hey, that's all I got for you guys, and talk soon.